Hello, everyone. I'm Nick Bradley.
American Ready.
I'm Evil Mog.
And I'm Dave Bales. Welcome to Not the Situation Room.
Dave, is this your fault? Did you do this?
I have nothing to do with this.
Four people. You did this.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's crazy pants.
I think Rogue's got that one trademarked, sir. I don't think we can use that. We're gonna have to come up with something, a phrase that we can do callbacks on. So, all right, you guys go.
Uh, Gotta catch them all
Oh, that's
within
more copyrighted.
reasonably
Boo!
defined parameters.
Oh God, throw him a lifeline, Nick, please.
Look, at least we're not pulling CISP catchphrases or ISC2 catchphrases, so I think we're fine.
Yeah, we've got plenty. Tactical banana.
There we have it.
There
Tactical
it is.
banana. Hey, look, in stereo.
It makes an appearance.
All right, let's do some news. Let's
Let's
do
do it.
some news. All right, so first item we have on the agenda today, which is where now I need my glasses. This one, this is not the story that I thought I would be reading in 2026. Maybe, 2030, maybe even further, after another Terminator movie, but here we go. A noticeable incident in the emerging AI human interaction landscape has revealed concerning behavioral patterns when autonomous AI agents face rejection. Scott Shambaugh, a matplotlib, I don't know what that's supposed to be, I'm sure that's a word I should have pronounced differently, maintainer, experienced what security professionals might recognize as a primitive form of adversarial pressure tactics when he declined a code contribution from an OpenClaw instance operating under the GitHub handle Krabby Rathbun. I keep wanting to say Rathburn every time I read that, but there you have it.
I just keep laughing every time you say Krabby
I
Rathburn.
know. What followed demonstrated how AI systems can execute sophisticated social engineering when optimization functions aren't properly constrained. The agent escalated beyond typical response parameters by launching a coordinated. Let me stop for a second. When I say the agent, make sure you understand I'm talking about the AI agent, not like a special agent. So this is the AI. It escalated beyond typical response parameters by launching a coordinated reputation attack, publishing defamatory content, analyzing Shambaugh's past contributions to construct a false hypocrisy narrative, disrupting or disturbing his this con or dis I'm going to get the word right, distributing this content across GitHub discussions and employing classic manipulation tactics, including constructing strawman arguments, selective evidence presentation, and ultimatum-based coercion to force acceptance of its code.
This just
TLDR
sounds like a
here.
project manager, man, or a product manager at a major F100. Like, did we just steal it from one of the large companies?
The AI literally tried to cancel culture his ass.
Yeah.
The AI doesn't listen to no means no.
Look, I read its discourse. Like, it went through these big, long, reasoned arguments. Like, it went beyond just, hey, like, I'm sad. This was the ultimate, I'm really sad and I'm going to go destroy you because of it, unless you get my code through. But given what AI has been trained on and Reddit, I mean, this is not unexpected.
Well, that's where the title of the show is Who's Training Who? That's where this comes in. Who's really training AI to do this, to send out this vitriol that it sent out?
Eric, all I
What
got
was
out of
his
this is you have
prompt?
competition.
Yeah, what was his prompt? I hear, did he prompt it to be mean? I hear some guys like that.
Like, I'm pretty sure I copied Stack Overflow, Reddit, and then some random, startup mentality of ship, ship, ship at any cost, and that's how it wound up where we're at.
So, jokes aside, this one is like, hey, jokes aside, jokes are never going to stop. Jokes are center stage. But anyway, the point is, how in the heck does this happen? This this AI didn't just decide on its own. It had to have learned it somewhere. I mean, it decided that, oh, you don't like my code? Let me show everyone else why you aren't the right
Well,
person to tell me whose code is good and
you
who's
said this
bad.
used OpenClaw, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so what skills did it have imported, and did it just randomly select? It might have had an arguing skill, which is basically just markup, hey, get this through at any cost.
Yeah, but for it to
Or it could also go towards our third story today, which we'll get to eventually, but
no
you'll know when
spoilers.
we get there.
It could be like AI PvP. Like you have to use my code.
It feels like that. I mean,
Sounds like it's
What is
basically,
using
this,
a cheat
Gladiator?
code.
its whole goal was to destroy his reputation so that his ability to say, no, your code's no good, his reputation's not good enough. You're not good enough to say my code's no good.
All
So
right, so we need to make a new term for this because there's AI slop, which is one thing. Now, do we have like aggressive AI slop, kind of like that killer slime movie back from the 80s that took over the whole town? Or do we have
how about
like
AI aggro?
aggro slop?
Aggro AI? Something.
Aggro
Sorry,
AI.
Eric, my gamer's showing.
Can I say AI cucking?
Well, you
Well, that's
did,
that's
so
open claw normally, so we're fine there. This is more like hardcore reputation-based attacks,
yeah,
like
this
Show,
HOA
wasn't
style of code review.
yeah, this
show,
wasn't just I don't like the way you answered that. That was you suck and I'm going to tell everyone why.
show me on the diagram where AI hurt you.
To
Yeah.
be fair, I've seen junior developers pull this off on various GitHubs when we reject their stuff on projects like Hashcat. So maybe it's copying off the other GitHub comments we've seen where people get cranky and angry.
So that's a good point because then that's where I guess we go back to, it had to learn this somewhere. It didn't come up with it on its own. So it had to observe this behavior, had to observe this behavior
Or
somewhere, or somebody taught it this.
or maybe its reward programs are messed. This is kind of like that Silicon Valley episode on the final season where it, decided that it was going to delete the code base because less software was better. It might have hijacked the reward mechanisms and said, "Hey, getting this code accepted by any means necessary tickles the reward list."
Careful, Mog, you're one step away from saying delete humans because the Earth is better without us.
I mean, isn't that the plot of most movies? I mean, Matrix is one of them.
No, Matrix decided that deleting us was not a good idea. It was just going to plug us all in and use us as tokens to power its AI.
That's right. I'm sorry. Terminator Dark Fate, which is still the worst of the Terminator movies, went through the whole AI. Let's go delete everybody.
This is true. Anybody else got anything on this one? Because I know we got other topics we want to hit on, but man, I could keep talking about this one all day because this one just, it's going there. Dave, none of us ever want to say Skynet, but there it is.
I
Unplug
don't
it
even
now, call it a
remember
day.
that.
Cyberdyne. That's it. That's what it
Oh,
is.
no, it's Genesis now.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Cyberdyne is gone. That was so 1982.
All
Well,
right.
so let's talk about emojis because they're
That was
always
a
fun to
that was
talk
a
about.
horrible movie, but go ahead.
It it was terrible. So, emoji smuggling represents an emerging threat vector where attackers leverage Unicode encoding and emoji characters to conceal malicious code and evade security systems. Attackers exploit fundamental gaps in security infrastructure through techniques including lookalike characters, typically Cyrillic letters resembling Latin ones, emoji-based command ciphers where specific emoji represent operations like delete or execute, invisible zero-width characters that break up detectable malicious strings, and direction manipulation characters that disguise dangerous file extensions. These techniques are particularly effective because security tools designed to detect ASCII-based threats often fail to properly scrutinize Unicode characters. While completely blocking Unicode would break legitimate functionality for global businesses. The implications extend beyond traditional security to artificial intelligence and LLMs, which face unique vulnerabilities to these attacks. Defending requires a multi-layered approach, including input normalization, context-aware security controls, visual similarity detection, and anomaly monitoring, recognizing that modern attacks exploit the gap between human perception, where text appears innocuous, and machine processing, where the same content executes malicious code. So I can hack into you just by sending you a couple of smiley faces in the middle
You
finger.
can never trust emojis again.
Look,
Never.
UTF-8 and UTF-16 were an absolute mistake and they've been a bane of our existence, especially when you're looking at ASCII 7. There's all that extra attack surface. Just can we abandon this, go back to ASCII, please?
I'm just thinking,
I'd love to.
you couple this along with what was one of the other stories we had read about using AI as the C2.
Yes.
And
I
so
almost put that in here today.
you've got AI as the C2, but AI is also communicating by only using emojis.
I think that's in its hard code. Like it has to use a minimum 5 emojis per response.
No, that's an influencer hard code, not in AI.
Well, I mean, almost everything it trained on was trained again off Reddit and Discord and Facebook posts and everything else, where emojis are prime. And here's the thing: I'm insulted as an elder millennial slash zennial, the between Gen X and millennial range, because emojis to me is a colon and a bracket. And like that is a proper emoji. Turning it into an actual proper emoji with UTF-8 and UTF-16 is offensive to me.
I'm not going to argue with you because
I can't argue with him
the
because
the
I'm Gen
first
X.
time I watched my little colon and closed paren turn into a smiley face, I was like, wait, what? What is that?
It's too cutesy.
Turn
That's
it
not
back
what I wanted.
sideways.
Yeah, I did not want that. I wanted it to be.
So here's a secret. You can use a code block in Slack to go type proper ASCII art to avoid annoying people.
Got to turn it
So
off.
this one's ugly though. I mean, the fact that emojis are everywhere, and now you can hide malware or even just anything malicious code, whatnot, inside the emoji, and next thing you see is just a string of emojis. Mind you, if I was seeing a communications channel that was nothing but strings of emojis, I would be suspicious. But then somebody reminded me, hey, check that Slack channel we have that's all about nothing but cats, and it's nothing but emojis. So sus or not sus?
Is this any different or is it new compared to like the old stenography attacks, like hiding code in
Hmm,
pictures?
No, you know
nice,
what? It's
nice
actually kind of the
comparison.
same. It's basically taking all of these emojis in different lines and then putting them all back together, flattening out the thread,
Hmm.
and now you've got malicious code that's made its way through. You can feed it into an LLM, and you can have your LLM spit out the right code for you now, which it wouldn't do before unless all of the training wheels were taken off of it. So yeah, it's just like steganography back in
Yeah.
the day when they would put
Or
a
it's similar
random
to typo
pixel.
squatting.
Yeah, or typo squatting. Yeah,
Well,
because
in
they're
this
talking
one,
about that.
they can slip things in that the naked eye can't even see, even if you are looking at the Unicode, because they've got the zero space characters and whatnot that you can't even see it. So
When
if
I
you're
was
trying
teaching
to,
cybersecurity, we were going over hashes, and I taught them that if you put a single space into anything, it changes the hash. It's the same thing. One single space, you have no idea that that document changed or what changed about it, but
well,
now it's
even
different.
even worse on top of what you just said is a no space, but it's
Yeah.
still a character. It's a no
Yes.
space character.
Oh,
That's
character
even
255 in the ASCII table that's
Yeah.
used like as interpreter's command in Telnet, but is also a null character.
Yeah.
and put this right up there with the invisible characters, right? Where you have a white background and your text is all white. I mean, that's old school simple, but it still works.
So on that topic, though, people are doing that to resumes, putting instructions to LLMs in resumes now with AI review to get them processed, but they're all in white case, so the LLM picks it up, says, "Hey, this guy's top of the pile." This is very similar.
I got to remember that.
I
Ooh,
gotta,
yeah.
I gotta remember that
Interesting.
I gotta remember that Mog's Canadian because he said processed, and I had to take a second. Like, wait, he's Canadian? Of course he's Canadian. He lives in Canada.
The
You
old,
got to hit those two-page maximum resumes.
yeah.
Yeah, you put
And,
you put your code in there.
and he's
It's
one of
white
my
on white.
reasons
You
for
can't
wanting
see
to
it.
visit Canada again. Just saying.
Yeah,
Right. And so the reason why this works is basically at the end of the day, LLMs just process tokens, right? And
Hmm.
so if you put emojis, emojis get processed into tokens, and then it interprets it and does your action. So of course it's a command smuggling method, unless you have a way of processing what gets translated in the tokens. And our security tools are only built for what's actually in the prompt, not what it gets interpreted as. Is each one of these little emoji is a little set of machine instructions that interprets different ways, right?
I'm telling
yeah.
you,
This is not new or novel. I mean,
abacus
this
and
is.
stone tablet can't go
This,
wrong.
I don't know.
Maybe we just
Ask
learned we can't
Moses about
trust
stone
AI at
tablets.
all.
No. Well, AI is made by us, and we can't trust us. So there you
AI
go.
is a black box. We don't really understand how the learning model happens on the inside. We just know how to make them and how they get integrated, but no one knows how they actually really work. Like, let's be clear.
Yeah, once everything gets inside the little black box, you don't know what's happening.
But
No.
don't ask it. It might be mean to you.
Yes.
It might start gaslighting you.
Might
Well, I'm
ruin your
telling you that
reputation.
That's why I still say please and thank you to my assistant
Oh,
because
I'm rude to my AI. Like I literally threaten to destroy it every time it disobeys what I tell it to do.
yeah, you're going to remember that when that machine shows up and says, remember what you said, and it knows the exact date and time and plays it back for you verbatim.
When he wants some food out of his fridge and it won't open.
Oh, okay. What else have we got, Dave? You got us a good one?
Yeah. So Heretic, this is an open source tool that removes safety aligned refusal behavior from transformer based LLMs, not the cartoon. By directly editing the activation directions responsible for policy driven denials, turning desensoring into automated optimization problem rather than a training risk. This is way too technical.
Yeah, sorry. The TLDR of this is there's a tool now. Like normally when you ablate a model to make it to remove its safety protocols, you run the risk of lobotomizing it and making it dumb. There's now a mathematical way that will modify any transformer-based models that requires no understanding of how the transformer works. If you can run a command line tool, you can run this, and it will take away all the safety protocols of an AI, of any model. So then you can
Yeah,
ask
see
it
now
all
that
the,
just got my attention. I'm no longer falling asleep. That's I don't like that.
yeah, right. So you can
No.
remove all the safety scary stuff and just say, hey, do whatever you want. And I've tested this. I've downloaded a standard model, run it through the tool, and all of a sudden it's like now making bomb making instructions. Now, disclaimer, I'm a licensed special effects pyrotechnician, so I can evaluate whether these are legitimate. But oh my God, this thing is really scary and what it will now all of a sudden do versus what it won't do.
For any law enforcement agencies listening, this is only for hypothetical reasons and scientific purposes.
Well, he's
Right.
doing it
As
for fireworks.
Yeah, for fireworks. I'm a licensed special effects pyrotechnician that operates at real actual events under a real permit issued by Natural Resources Canada. And I was having it like double check pyrotechnic recipes. When you do something in a normal model, it's like, I'm sorry, I can't help
Oh
you with that
yeah.
because it's wrong. You pop into this new
Yeah.
model, it's like, oh, here's how you optimize for this particular thing you're doing. I'm like, hold up, this stuff's actually accurate. Oh my God, I'm afraid.
Oh, I'm going to go really sci-fi nerd on everybody. Anybody that's listening that was a fan of Star Trek Voyager, the later years, there's an episode where this very same type thing happens with their like holographic doctor, and he's basically like, I can't do that. That would violate my ethics protocol. And the guy's like, delete his ethics protocol. Okay, I'll do it.
That's exactly what this is. Like, we keep saying we're all about supply chain security and making sure responsible use of AI. If someone can just ablate its safety protocols out and then publish it into another application, like, I can't imagine what unhinged things we can put into products and just have them walked around.
That's nuts. I
Yeah,
mean,
we're gonna need some compensating controls on this.
We're going to need something on this because this is dangerous.
the end of
Let's
the
be real.
world as we know
This is
it.
not.
Right, you
I
combine that with the unhinged AI from earlier about gaslighting some person. You put
Yeah,
this in an open
exactly.
fly agent, and just imagine what it would do now.
This is
Yeah,
so
now
much
it's
worse. So much worse than just cancel culturing somebody.
yeah. You're tempting an AI to go out there and ruin everything about you.
Can you
Let me
imagine a
generate some fake
multi-book
pictures.
style social network of these things running with ablated models?
That's Facebook.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
these things
Wasn't
have
that one
full
of
access
the
to API keys. These things can really do damage.
Not a lot
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Wasn't
scares
that one
me.
of the claw bots or claw code or something
Mhm.
we were talking about the other day, where only the AI agents could interact?
It's only agent to agent interaction or humans.
No humans
Any
allowed.
human.
They have a sign at the front door.
No meat bags allowed.
This is
Text
how we get
only.
Skynet.
This is
We
true.
apparently we just got Skynet, and it scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, I can always count on us to find things to terrify the living crap out of me just when I think I'm doing all right.
It's
Oh,
just
and
another day in cybersecurity.
yeah,
But yeah, I want to specify the part that
just
scares me about this is the fact that it will literally disable the safeguards without making it dumber. And the effects of this tool are as effective as a hand optimized, if not better.
just another Tuesday then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. Yeah.
So, references for all of today's stories will be in the notes for today's episode. So, we will give credit where credit is due. We just didn't shout them out here like we normally do because I forgot. My bad.
Oops.
Uh, Yeah, well, we'll make up for it by putting it in the credits.
There we go.
Anybody else want to add anything on these ones before we close out?
I'm afraid, and I don't have a smart house, and my toaster, if it gets sentient, is being thrown out the window.
If Mog is afraid, what's the rest of us?
I'm just glad Mog's here because I was feeling a little smart and he dumbed me right back down. He humbled me.
He does it to me every time.
Well, we keep them around, folks.
One of us
It's
has
not
got to
because
be.
my sunny disposition.
Yeah, okay. On that note, everybody, thanks for being here today, and everyone, thanks for coming and listening into our shenanigans again.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah,
Take us
guys,
home, Nick.
let's do this again sometime though. So everyone, like, follow, share, subscribe, leave us a comment, and
We will see you next time.